Exhibition now on display in Denver is trying to change the way we look at the faces of black men and women killed while in police custody. Taking portraits of well-known names and asking the public to give them another look. It's a way they never have before. Sean Chitness shows us how Imperfect Pixels challenges our perspective on what it means to be flawed.
Thousands of words written and thousands of words spoken about a person and a life lost, often all reduced to one picture.
These stories resonate because they are true, and these stories resonate because we are flawed.
You've heard their names, you recognize their faces, but you haven't seen them like this.
The moment that they were killed, they suddenly had a national persona that they had no control over.
Artist Travis Sheridan created Imperfect Pixels in an attempt to change that pattern.
Once you see, you can't claim you don't see any longer.
Taking the singular image you find familiar, turning it upside down just like their own lives, and requiring you to look at them through a different lens.
It's almost this forced opportunity for a person to see something that they might have walked by if they hadn't stopped to pause.
No technology can bring you clarity. Only a glass sphere shows them as they are meant to be seen.
Every time I see it, I see something different.
Distance doesn't necessarily make a difference, but from the right angle, you can actually see 3 photographs all at once inside the orb.
Those flaws shouldn't be a death sentence.
Motivated by the death of George Floyd, his photo is on display among many more. Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, Michael Brown, and a 23-year-old from Aurora who died 2 years ago at the end of August.
If you look at, in Elijah McClain's case, as close to perfection as you can get.
They're already gone, but you're only beginning to learn about them.
I wanted to look at some of the lives that were lost in the midst of grief cycles.
While they're flawed like all humans, they're often held to an unrealistic standard because they were once in police custody.
The weight of how much potential we've lost in the black community.
Lives lost and futures never realized.
Perfection should not be what's required just to reduce your chances of being killed.
Sean Chitness, covering Colorado First.
Sean, thank you. Coming up, where a ton of new housing could soon be under construction.